Welcome back, mourners, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Arliss notices his assistant's strange accents, Ivoris takes part in a ritual gone wrong, and Greff is thrown out of Lathander's temple. Despite taking Aurorn to Lathander's temple, Aurorn did not choose to return with them. Instead, the remains of Kino Initiative Task Force 10 are stuck performing a difficult task for someone of questionable motive. What is a pixie of fate weaving? How charismatic is Jankiso? And can they trust their new associate? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino. So is there anything either of you want to do on this long rest period that you have? As long as you sleep a bit, I'm okay.
Yeah, Greff actually wants to catch Ivoris before Arliss comes back. Have a little chat with him. So can we say, like 7.5 hours are up. Arliss is like on the cliffside, pythoning away.
Yes. Yes, where are you intending on having this conversation will depend on what I allow Arliss to do in the meantime.
I think Greff would pull... Oh, no,
So let's assume that Jankiso and their companion have left the premises.
Yeah.
So you have the run of the school, so to speak, and the bar.
Okay, then Greff's just going to do this in the bedroom.
Okay.
Barracks area. Bedroom.
Thank you for rephrasing that.
I was just going to say.
When Ivoris is like waking up or getting ready, Greff is probably like already sitting up straight, and he doesn't have his armor on or anything like that. He just has his long johns or whatever the hell he sleeps in. And he's kind of just like staring at his feet. And when you finally sit up, he like looks you straight in the eyes and says, awake. That's good.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We have quite the job ahead of us, don't we?
Yeah. He doesn't look very excited.
No.
I will have you guys note this is actually like early evening because you guys got down here during the night and slept during the day.
Point. Greff just kind of like his eyes are kind of wandering around the area now, and he's like, so, there's something I need to tell you. Something I need to ask you, maybe? So
everything okay?
Yeah, everything's depends on how you take the information. It really does depend on you this time. It's all on you. So first I want to start with this. If I fall in battle, you are under no circumstances to bring me back.
He nods at you.
Yeah. Now, there may be some things I've been keeping from you, and seeing Aaron go down kinda put things in order in my head. and I guess. Okay, so I currently have a magical effect on me, which I don't know how it's going to react when I die.
He squints at you.
And Greff looks down at his feet, and you can see he's staring at if I remember correctly, a completely black ring that is on one of his toes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's like, remember that magic ring?
Yeah,
that
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So. That is not a gift from my mother. It's not a memento to my father. I was given this by an half-elf. When just after I had earned Orkin carved, and Greff kind of taps a sword that is sitting by his bedside.
Ivoris nods as if he's following.
And this ring has a magical effect that allowed me to travel Kino without problem.
Travel Kino without a problem. What kind of problem?
Okay, so when I started traveling, I did so because I wanted to learn to fight. And I quickly learned that I was woefully inexperienced for what I wanted to do. And I started traveling, and it turned out that everybody I met had crazy ideas about fighting, like honor and morality during battle. It seemed like none of them had actually ever been on a battlefield. None of them had actually fought for queen and country. So I kept traveling, and then eventually I came to the orcs, and they taught me. I guess it's best if I just take the ring off. I don't know exactly how that's going to react, but let's just see. Just don't freak out on me. Greff leans down and pulls the ring off his toe.
What do you see standing before you, bending down at where Greff's toe is you see a man who is very wiry. They've gotten muscles, but they haven't sacrificed speed and mobility. They're quite tall for a human, where they would have dark stubble where their hair is growing through. They have quite dark skin. Standing before you is a human.
Oh, that happened a lot faster than I thought. So I'm human? And I traveled to Kino to learn how to fight for war.
You're not a Goliath.
No, never was. I met the Goliath for a short enough time to pick up their language, and then I kept traveling south. Got to Sylvanas, got into a scuffle on one of my first nights, and that's when I met Adnilov. So yeah, Adnilov does not know, and I don't intend to tell her. And I just kind of realized when I saw Aaron to go down that I don't really care about the treaty and all that stuff. I'm just here to learn to fight. I don't care what the fucking elves and dwarves and whatever people on your side made their arrangement did. I'm here to learn to fight. But I realized that if I died and the effect wore off, or if somebody picked the ring off, and I'm accidentally deeply ingrained in the whole political thing, that might look super bad for Discora and for humans specifically. And I don't want to cause Apella any more grief than I already have. I want to come back with good news. I don't want to bring her tragedy.
Sure. Okay.
So if I die, just
Hide you.
roll me into a hole. And don't take the ring off, I think. If the ring's still doing anything, I don't know.
Okay. Where are you from?
Deep south. Way south. Little farming country.
But not Kino.
Oh, no, Discora.
Oh.
Yeah, Discora's not as big as Kino. Like, it's a lot longer. We've divided ourselves by the old races and the new races. The old races and the young, more like it. And yeah, the humans are kind of fighting. Us humans are kind of fighting for our right to be a race that has space and towns and land. And I intend to join in that war when I go back.
That's why you're learning to fight.
Yeah. I was useless. Got my ass kicked so many times in training. And they looked down on me. She looked down on me. And I need to prove that I am worthy of being her guard.
Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure that everything is all right if anything does happen, but try not to,
Okay, so this is not going to be a problem because I can fuck the right fuck off. Like, I can fuck off if this is a problem for you. It's not. I understand.
No, Greff. You're fine. Is that your name, actually?
Yeah, that is actually my name.
Yeah, it's fine. Yanti aren't really involved in politics. We're monsters. And I don't think we exist over there. Not anymore, anyways.
Oh no. Never heard of anything like you guys.
If anything was over there, they would have taken care of that real quick.
You could roll a history check.
Me or him?
Yeah,
Me?
you.
Okay. Hold on, play. History. 16.
Yeah, you've never heard of them.
No. Thanks for letting me roll that.
You're welcome.
Greff, slides the ring back on and goes back to his, Goliath form. And he, straightens back out and goes, by the way, yeah, we don't have UNT over there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention one very key detail.
Sorry?
I forgot to mention one very key detail about your transformation. As you see him being human, you see that there are markings around one of his eyes from where a sword has been lunged into it and created some very obvious orcish markings. So for those of you visioning Greff in his Goliath form, he doesn't have those. It's why it's not on the art. Okay, I'm done.
Wow.
Very good.
Also, how old was Greff? Is he a different age?
Oh, no, Greff looks super young when he transforms. He's actually 25 in human years.
Okay.
He's been traveling since he was 20. Greff kind of straightens himself out and kind of looks at you and goes by the way, we don't have UNT over there, so
no, I'd imagine not.
To me, you are just as weird as the Tabaxi and the Tieflings.
Great.
When Atnoloff tried to prepare me that you were UNT, I was not sure what I was expecting, and then you just walked in as a Tabaxi, and I was just like, okay. And then you had that tongue thing, and it was just like, okay, I'm gonna guess not all Tabaxi have that. So,
yeah, if you want to know more about all that, I could tell you, but not really.
Definitely.
Not really important.
When time gives.
It's so early, guys. I'm never up this early.
What Ivoris says is he's woken up to this news.
It is so early. Greff.
I'm sorry. I just... I don't know how people can react, and I don't want to cause discord or unnecessary strife.
I'm not really aligned to any politic in regards to that, so I don't really care. I will try to hide it. Just be careful.
At that point, you hear a knock on the door.
Got some food.
Oh, great.
Oh!
Come on in.
Is it dried meat? Because we have dried meat.
At this point, I just want to check Greff put the ring back on, right?
Yes, I said I'd put the ring back on.
And I'll open the door and show my delightful meats that I've procured.
Yes, during the course of this, Travis has sent me information about what Arliss has been doing, and he has provided what looks like a plate of freshly caught chicken.
Where'd you get chicken?
This is food. Let's just eat. Let's not ask where things come from or how they're acquired. We should just enjoy them and make sure we cook them properly. I take the first bite after making sure it's properly cooked. Where it came from isn't particularly important. Come on, we're on the run here. I thought you were bandit types or whatever. Mercenaries.
Greff reaches down and takes a piece. And just goes you sound like those city folks who don't know where their food comes from. And he starts eating.
Allis smirks slightly at the irony of the situation as Greff takes a bite.
Oh, man.
I know what you mean, but I think perhaps... Never mind. Dig in, friends. This is a hearty meal for us. And I take a swig from my drink, which may or may not look like it came from somewhere else in this place.
Ivoris gives Greff a look like he's about to ask a serious question and looks at looks over at Allis. Allis, how far are you up the chain?
In particularly, which way?
The assembly. I'm more aware and capable of making myself aware of your initiative work. Your assembly work.
Not as high up in the chain in the assembly as one might think. I'm not a leader in that capacity. I'm more of an informant.
You give information, trade information, okay.
No, not trade, give. I work for the assembly.
Sure.
That is where my heart is. That is where my soul is. My body is elsewhere.
Was I a job for the assembly?
Knowledge history?
Sure.
Let's see what I know. 17, I'll maybe know
He
your
looks
name.
so happy. You had no idea about Ivoris at all. You barely even heard of him, if at all.
You know, it's not my area of expertise. It's not something I'm familiar with. I've never heard of you before we met. Why?
Your friend Millhook, your partner, your work, however you might know. What is her alias? What was it, V? In actuality, I forgot.
In Greff's letter that Princess Boo / Amira sent to Greff, she's referred to as the Pale Lady.
The Pale Lady. She, do you know if she ever had any old friends in, Sylvana?
Do I even know who the Pale Lady is?
No.
That's not even in my backstory. I've been looking through all the notes, he's given me 3 different names, and I know none of them.
Nope. You should know Millhook. That should be in there.
I will roll a history check, I
Somewhere.
guess. See what I...
Yes, he's asking you a specific question. I'll fill in the rest of the details as we go.
Yeah, 4.
4. Okay. Yes, you would know that Millhook, or whatever name that they have assigned to her, her being called the Pale Lady makes sense since she's a white tabaxi. She is a paladin of Savras, or was, because Savras is dead. She is the head of the Speakers, which is a part of the Assembly. She is basically your contact, like your big, I report to this boss kind of boss.
I believe that would be a few people above who I'd report to, no? Based on my notes?
Yeah, basically you have all like the minions in between, but if you have to report something big, it goes straight to her, because wasting time and sending through messages is very dangerous. If it's something big and super important, like the stuff that you would have picked up from, that would go straight to Millhook without anyone in between. Hence why you got hold of someone just to get you to where you're going.
Gotcha. Perfect.
As for Sylvana, you know that she was based out of there for a while, but that's all that you really know.
Yeah, I know she was based out of Sylvana, but that's really all I know. I mean, she'd been there at some point, but I don't know that she has friends who are still there.
Fair enough.
The only other thing you would know about Millhook is that she was outed recently as being Assembly. You would have learned that through just your existence in being the initiative. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Gotcha. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Fair enough, then.
You got the right house, though. If that is helpful for you at all.
The right house.
The Speakers. Head of the Speakers.
Speakers.
I look at him quizzically. You know what? Never mind. We don't have to go into.
Do I know about it?
These discussions.
I guess I'm going to need you to make a very difficult history check if you want to know what he's talking about. There's a chance that you might have heard of it.
Rolled a 5.
What did you get? No, there's no way.
Would he not know this being part of the Assembly for so long?
Well, Aulus would, yeah. Aulus has the information, I believe, but Ral's not a part of the Assembly.
Ral is not either.
I mean, you could because you've been boning Assembly, but I mean, she's hardly going to breathe that between. Oh God, yeah, Greff. Like that's not gonna, it's not gonna come a conversation.
Again, I think Ivoris said Ral like twice.
Oh, my bad.
No, would like Ivoris not know about the Speakers and all that kind of stuff? Or is that kind of classified information?
That's kind of super classified. Not many people outside of the Assembly know that they're broken into smaller houses or into smaller groups.
Okay. So it's everybody knows that the KGB exists, but nobody knows the divisions within the KGB.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. You're pretty spot on.
So I found something. There's a temple or entrance thing or something under the water, maybe, perhaps. I've set up a way for us to go after we've had some nice food. I think, do any of you know how to breathe underwater or can hold your breath particularly well or have magics of any kind?
No to all of those. But I can hold my breath for a very long time.
That's useful. That's very useful. You could maybe go first. I figured out the direction to go. I just didn't explore because my own constitution underwater is not. I don't swim a lot. Let's just say that. I've had maybe 1 or 2 lessons, but I really don't like swimming.
You know, I heard that drow were just generally bad at swimming.
That's racist.
Is there any truth to that?
Not all drow, no. It's just doesn't come up as often as you might think.
Yeah.
For some of us.
I mean, I'm okay in the water, but I can't. I'm kind of like average, you know? I don't have anything to help me out, really. Unless I can command the water.
No, you cannot command the water.
Can I bless my lungs full of air?
You got to give me something a bit Better than
Nothing.
that, I'm afraid.
Locate object air.
It's not just more a state of being. Would it just ping off all around you? Ivoris, what is your constitution?
+2. 15.
Okay. I've forgotten the formula.
I got the same
I don't
as
even know
raw.
what I asked.
So whatever
You have the
raw's
same
breath
as
holding
raw.
stuff was.
Well, I suggest we have a look. A creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con mod.
2.
So 2 minutes.
Okay.
Is that enough?
All right. So we have. Has anyone on a constitution of +1?
Him.
Ollis.
Ollis.
Okay. So you can hold your breath for 2 minutes. And then when out of breath, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your con mod. And then you hit 1. So 2 minutes plus 1 round. All right. Ivoris, what did you say? You had the same as Raoul, right?
Yeah,
Plus
he has a
+2.
+2.
All right. So you can do 3 minutes. 3 minutes plus 2 rounds. Okay. And Greff, what have you got?
I got 16, so +3.
So you have 4 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I hate you so much. 4 minutes plus 3 rounds. So if you guys go into the handouts section of Roll20, there should be something called Underwater Combat, and I have just updated it with your breathing.
Oh, no.
So all of you have 21 rounds until you're dead, or 0 HP, and you basically start failing your death saves, or you don't really, but you're suffocating underwater. Ivoris, you have 32, and Greff, you have 43 rounds!
I got this, guys. I can hold my breath for a very long time.
Ivoris gives a very uncertain look at Ollis when Greff seems very confident.
Ollis shares it.
Greff is full of confidence a lot of the time.
It's a state of mind.
He likes to think positive when we go into things.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? What's your plan?
I finish eating. It's delicious.
It is super delicious. It does taste really close to like eating wrap. You think maybe it's chicken.
Okay. I'm happy.
Ivoris isn't sure. It just... bloop.
Down in one.
After we're done eating, Greff just kind of goes like, okay, so, yeah, you tried looking into whatever cave system you found underneath the waterfall?
Yeah, I set up a rope system and pitons. It'll be very easy to climb down. And then there's water. And that's where
Yes.
I kind of stopped. I figured out which way to go. And I can point you in the right direction. And then I'm going to follow you from a safe distance because I don't swim so well.
Okay, problem for me. I can't see in the dark.
You say that and you feel wiggling in your bag of stuff. You feel this little weird dragonling kind of made out of metal just pop its head out and look up at you.
Yes. I'll return you to the weird woman who likes machines, but right now
you
we're
see
having
it
a real
open its
worry.
mouth and it blasts you with lights.
Okay, we'll take you there as soon as we can. Just stop blinding me. As I was saying, I can't see in the dark.
It closes its mouth and it looks over at Ivoris. If a mechanical could look pleadingly.
Ivoris looks at it and like closes his eyes and nods like, I know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need like some kind of... Wait a minute. Yeah, I can use the bird. I got this.
Wonderful.
Oh, Greff.
I don't think I have a way of getting emergency air. under there. So I have a shield, but I don't think that's going to like trap a lot of air underneath it. It's kind of a flat, it's very small shield.
Now, very importantly, who took Auron's stuff?
I think I took most of it. Like, I've got his bag of holding in my inventory.
Okay, so I will... One, I will show.
We have everything except for the things that are physically attached and won't come off of his body without a screwdriver or mutilation.
Okay, or his clothes, which is good to know.
Well,
you have a bag of holding. I believe that can give you some air.
I don't think that's part of its mechanics.
yeah, I
but
think
sure.
you have to hold your breath if you're like put into a bag of holding because you can kill somebody that way.
I think you can suffocate them.
Yeah.
Road.
All right, so one of you can hold, or the problem with not being able to see in the dark has been solved, and has been solved permanently, as after discussing with Arch, yes, that one is not determined by his intelligence modifier, so that one stays forever as a lantern of whatever it is.
Oh, really?
Yes, the one. Yep, so that's yours. That's now in your inventory.
Do his notes still work? Does Baskin still have a note?
Yes. It got to him, you're pretty sure.
Cool. He can send me a
so
message
yeah,
if he needs help on an island.
Okay, cool.
I
will remember
just making
this.
sure.
I can
So
create light
you-
as well if we need it ever. I have dancing lights. Sorry.
That's good. I think it's casting underwater may be the problem.
Blub, blub.
Yeah. Okay, so you have the problem of no light. How are you going to solve the problem of air?
Well, Greff could go down there and swim for about 2 minutes relatively safely. If he can find a place anywhere in between with air, then we're good, because that's as far as our little drow friend can go.
Uh-huh.
And I can still make it back on 2 minutes.
Okay.
So I guess the intention is, Greff's just gonna basically just go like, yeah, I'll go first, try to figure out like air pockets, the ways to go in and about it, and I'll come back with the information.
But okay, here's the thing though: if we tie a bag full of air and put it into the bag of holding, then we. Then the physics are okay, right?
Do you have a holy Ziploc? That's the problem here.
Jed Kisso must have like bottles of air or something, right?
He could kiss
Why?
you underwater.
Why? I'm gonna say no on the shield thing providing enough air because
Yeah, my shield's
No.
pretty small. I don't have a very big shield.
it's not gonna work. I mean, to be fair, the underwater cave filled with water may not even be more than 30 seconds. You until you try it, you don't know, and all of you would know there are other ways of making yourself breathe underwater. Those things exist.
Well,
They're expensive, but one of you has a fuck ton of money, so
do I?
or you could owe favors. You know, it's...
Well, maybe we could
what you guys
try
wanna
a
do.
potion shop or something. We're quite a far way away. It would take a trip up.
You know, we could send him down first and just see how far it goes. That could maybe just be a first step. And then based on how difficult this is, we can go back to get potions. It's up to you. Again, time is kind of of the essence to some degree.
Well, let's try it and see if we... Well, that's dangerous, but I don't see another way around it.
We can go with him halfway. I'll go with him for, 60 seconds or so.
The issue with halfway is we don't know what halfway is.
60 seconds for me. About that.
Again, I can go, like, meta-wise, I can go double his
Half of
distance.
the time you think you can hold your breath. Okay. Okay, Greff.
Yes? I get to go to dungeon diving? Are the beams still working, or are they kaput.
I
Yes,
don't like
the beans between you two work.
I don't like the idea
How?
of splitting up.
How about this? I'll go down there and start trying to work on the cave thing, and you guys go start looking for an alchemist. If I sent you a message like, hey, I found a pocket over here, like maybe 2 minutes into the cave, you guys just come around. Otherwise, you get the potion.
And if something goes wrong, or there's something in the water, then
I'm super
are
dead,
gonna
dude.
need help. Yes. So no.
Well, what are you gonna do? It's not like you're gonna cast your magic underwater.
I'm just gonna hold my breath and try to swim fast.
Fine, let's go get potions then.
I'll wait here because my face is obviously recognizable. That would be a bad thing.
Yes. We'll go get potions, then we'll be right back. And we're gonna rush to town.
Okay. You rush to town. You make your way up the stairs, the quickish way out, which is more than an hour or so. And you come to a town in the, probably late evening.
All right. We're going to ask around for an alchemist shop, or if we happen to know one, then we're going to rush there.
I don't think you would have seen one or known one. It has not been something you guys have gone to. But asking around for an alchemist, they point you to a store which is on one side of the well, not where the inn is, but on another side. They point you over there and they say, the problem is it's sort of closed. Yeah, you need something in particular right now.
Yeah, we're going spelunking. Underwater.
Oh, you want a water breathing? Well, you can always go ask one of the local magic users if they cast water breathing on you.
Fuck. Then we're gonna need to get the dumbass.
If not, there's always like magic items you can go buy, which gives you that sort of thing. I know the Curiosity Shop is still open. To be fair, they also might have potions of water breathing.
Yeah, but why didn't you say that
The
first?
sort of like sorcerer or wizard or any of those sort of types that
I feel
can
like
cast,
you're wasting my time.
I can't hear him.
I'm leaving.
Can't hear him for
Goodbye.
so far away.
Walking away.
It's hard to hear you from so far away.
You dumbasses. So, where would you guys like to go? You have an alchemist
The
shop which is
Curiosity Shop.
closed.
Don't call us the dumbasses. You're the one who pointed us towards the closed alchemist shop before you point us towards the fucking Curiosity Shop.
I wanted to portray how many options you guys actually had.
Well, we're gonna do breaking and entering if the guy doesn't have any water breathing potions. Fine.
Okay. Yes, the little Curiosity Shop is above the potion shop, and you can
Cousins.
see this. This no.
V.
Wait, can I make that work? No. Okay, I've got it. You see this sandy-looking tabaxi with like patches of like of white on their ears and a very pinkish nose, wearing a very fine-looking like tailored suit. If they have like that really big like scarf on that you wear around the front, and they're always like adjusting it and such. Like you see them like kind of like grooming their ears a little bit, and you see them like putting the key into the shop that's above the potion shop, which is the Curiosity Shop.
You're not closing, are you?
Ivoris puts his hood up and kind of hides his pattern.
Fair. Yeah, I'm just about to close up. Can I help you? I'm always open for whoever. If you're willing to buy, I'm willing to sell. What is
Greff.
it you're
Oh my
looking
God.
for?
I'm going to try to not do the S's.
Oh, okay. I can take care of it if you want.
We need to be able to breathe underwater for a bit of time.
All right, come on in then. This is Sarson's. Welcome to Sarson's. I'm setting up a little chain here over in Kino.
do you mean over here in Kino? What does that mean?
Nothing you need to worry about. Welcome to Sarson's.
I don't know what you're talking about, Greff.
They put
This is
their
a Kino
key in and they turn the door. Stop. Yeah, welcome to Sarson's. We're trying to set up a little establishment, a little chain. This is their second one. I'm not actually Sarson, but I'm one of their employees. Welcome to Sarson's, where everyone is treated to their finest. What can I be getting? Oh, you want water breathing. Right, let's see what we can rustle out the back, shall we? As he walks into the store, you see him cast a kind of glamour on himself, and he's wearing this kind of like really big, like loose shirt, which has like blues and greens on it. One might say it's some sort of Hawaiian shirt. And he's wearing like really big, like loose khaki shorts. It's clearly an illusion. You've seen him areas outside, but this is what you're presented with. They bustle off into the back, and they come back with a few things like, just the two of you. All right, okay, let's see.
Nope, there's the third one. He's just not here. You can't go just two spelunking. That's dangerous.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. Right. Well, I'm afraid I've only really got the two items. I've got this wonderful looking cloak. It looks beautiful. It's high class dinners if you go into those sort of things, or very intimidating.
No, we're going underwater spelunking,
I'm
dude.
just saying it has two uses.
No, it has literally one use, breathing underwater.
It has two. Well, you really aren't into the showman thing, are you? I mean, I'm trying to sell a fine product, working on my salesman. Okay, so this cloak here looks fantastic at dinner parties, and it looks great if you're trying to intimidate someone. It has this nice, like, dark green, it has this nice dark blue kind of, like, pearlescence to it. And if you wear it underwater and you use the command word, it allows you to breathe.
And what's the command word?
Breathe.
And if you say it again, does that turn off?
Yeah.
So wait, can you say it underwater? Like once you're in the water, can you just go...
Yeah, you'll be able to speak underwater. I mean, no one else but you will hear it, but you know you're saying it.
And the cloak, of course. The cloak.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
And it just does the thing. This is out of character because the S's. And it just does the water breathing. It doesn't do anything else. It's just a pearlescent water breathing cloak.
It's just yes, it's okay. You say it's just a cloak, but it makes a key part of your distinguished brand. If you're going for that sort of thing, it could become a key part of your makeup.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And for the other discerning gentlemen, I've got this Kappa water breathing. It's a very similar thing. You use the command word, breathe, and a bubble will appear around your head, and you can breathe in that bubble until you use the command word, and that stops the bubble and the water will come rushing back in. But I highly advise that you use it when you're in the air so you don't drown. This is a very fetching. This is a very fetching looking hat. It's a bowler hat with one of those like hawk feathers in it. Little red rosette on it.
Why are you describing to me? I can see it right here in my hands.
Well, I might be describing it to someone of a far distance. Okay. Let's say an ocean away. So I've got this bowler hat, and that works as a Kappa water breathing. I don't really have anything else that could do this. The potions guy downstairs might be able to sell you a potion of water breathing, or you might be able to ask around, and a friendly mage type might be able to cast Alter Self or Polymorph on you.
How much are these?
Well, this fetching pearlescent blue cloak of the manta ray will set you back 500 golds, and this Kappa water breathing will set you back 700 gold.
How is that? Dumbass hat.
I'm sorry, this hat looks very fetching.
I don't know. I just don't think it goes really well with my skin.
I think it looks bloody brilliant on you. Hang on a minute. And he picks up and he goes on tiptoes and puts it on your head. It looks good. It looks all right.
I don't know. I don't know how it's going to help me breathe.
Well, you say the command word and it makes a bubble round your head.
I just said the command word and didn't do it.
In the air.
We are
All right,
going to check the potions place. Thank you. We only spelunking.
He's not there right now. The potion
we'll-
guy's
okay.
getting lashed.
It's fine. We'll check around. Greff, I have an idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hard to hear you from so far away.
Okay.
Let's go talk to the Tabaxi, Iran's friend. She might have something.
All right. Yeah. Okay, sure. If that doesn't work, we're just robbing him, right?
Do what?
We're just robbing him.
I hope you don't rob me.
You are so far away. You did not hear that.
Are we?
We're like climbing into a sewer as we say this.
Okay.
I think he probably.
Say goodbye, so rude.
We said goodbye. We said so many goodbyes. What are you talking about? Reverse the tapes. Neil, you better play back when you were shouting goodbye and you're so far away.
Yeah, I did say the far away thing.
Yes, he did. Play the tape.
Okay.
It's hard to hear you from so far away. It was a callback.
You're just going to edit this into the right place, aren't you?
No, I legitimately said it.
Okay, you guys are climbing back into the sewer. You're going to go try and find Dalka?
Mm-hmm.
She is at her forge. You can see that it's a lot more of a mess than the last time you were here. There are pieces of construction apps. Are you also picking up Arliss?
That would take up extra, like 30, 40 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
we're seeing if she has
probably.
like a gadget we can borrow.
Okay.
This isn't like a
Something we can
spellcaster.
share.
Something you can share.
By the way,
Share like one thing.
the cap. All I could think was like have the drow hanging on Greff's back and like shove his head into the bubble.
No. This is a personal bubble only. Get out of my bubble.
Okay.
Okay, you guys make your way over to Dalka's. Dalka's, her room, her smithy is a lot more broken apart. Things aren't as well constructed. They just seem in pieces. They're deconstructed all around her. And she's going very hard at the forge, so much so that you guys can basically walk in there and she would barely notice you.
Dolka.
Clang, 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 clang.
Iris is gonna go tap on her shoulder.
She turns around, hammer raised. You can see it's basically look kind of bright red. She's been like hitting almost directly into the forge, seeing like sparks fly and everything. She doesn't really seem to be doing anything other than letting out her frustrations. She's like, "What?"
You all right?
No, of course I'm not bloody alright. Clang, clang. My only friend in the whole bloody world is dead. Of course I'm not bloody happy. What do I
Iris-
get? I get his bloody arm delivered. And she points over, and you can see Aron's arm just laying in the middle of a table.
Oh, they didn't waste any time, huh?
Iris kind of like sits down somewhere. Like,
Gives me first thing this bloody morning. 2 bloody total kids. Fucking idiots. Should have ripped them apart for me next. Whatever.
I tried to bring him back.
She spins on the spot and she kind of glares at you through her eye, which isn't kind of replaced by a looking glass. Well, you failed.
He had already taken another offer.
Bloody idiot.
We need to complete what we started. And we need help.
You started something else. I thought we wrapped all that shit up with those people. We set the explosion off. Canary and Cassis got off on their bloody merry way.
Different people.
And what do I get out of it this time?
His hand and his wings.
She indicates the wings in the corner.
Yeah, consider it upfront payment. You know you didn't need to give you any of this. We did this because...
You wanted something. You decided to send me pieces of my broken, dead friend as payment.
No, we sent it to you as a kind of a goodwill gesture from one professional to another, and now that we come to
He
you...
was your friend.
And I don't want pieces of him in my workshop.
He was my friend too. What am I going to do with them?
What do you want?
You could have had the Turtle Kids bury him.
What do you want?
I don't know what you want to do
What
with
do
the
you
dead.
want? Just what
need-
do you want?
To be able to breathe underwater. Something, anything to help us get from one place to another underwater. That's all.
Can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Can I be assisting?
No.
I was assisting
I'll
earlier.
rephrase this. If you were offering assistance, it would be, I would bring back the fact I was going to make this a disadvantage. I just want it to be a straight roll.
22. I rolled an 11.
You know, I fucking hate this. If I give you this, will you just fuck off and leave me alone?
I will, but I'll also give you another option.
She kind of leans back against the table, not the forge, leans back against the table with a very open, hostile look at you, but she's listening.
Many other cities can benefit from the work that you do, Oran's work, your work. Come to Shavana and decorate their city, have it defended, help other cities.
She looks down, bites her bottom lip. Nah. Shit. Freeman's Bluff is my home.
All right, then. We'll be in Shavana if you need anything. I don't really know what else to say or do other than I am not thrilled about Oran either.
As soon as you mention Oron's name, she turns away and starts fiddling under the desk. You hear a pop of a drawer. She not even slid in, it just pops in and slides up. And she pulls out this small beetle-looking thing. It's constructed of bone and it's constructed of wood. She has a look at it, turns it, and you can see there's a glint of a blue gem, and she throws it at Greff.
Greff tries to catch it.
Yeah, you catch it, no problem. There you go. Now do one of you. No, just leave.
Thank you.
Just get out. And she turns back to her forge. That acts as a water cloak of the manta ray, without the cloak bit. You depress the little gem and you already feel like you can't breathe the air. Maybe perhaps water would help you. And you press the gem again, and you can breathe normally.
It's for one person.
One person.
So...
Ivoris is very quietly and kind of solemnly making his way out. You can tell he doesn't really know how to handle these situations because he's kind of got a lot of emotions happening with partial guilt and sadness and not knowing what the fuck each of those things is and what he's feeling. Just bad. Yeah. He feels just bad is what Ivoris knows.
Yeah, he knows good feeling and bad feeling and no feeling. Okay, Alice, what were you doing whilst these guys are off on their merry adventure trying to find a way to breathe underwater?
Alice was praying to Ilmater for aid. Also praying that he might have assistance locating a certain object underwater. Perhaps maybe even for a watery steed to be summoned, or any other... Maybe even aura of purity to help them get through this difficult time of darkness, that they're about to endeavor. Basically, like those are the names of the 4 spells which are in your text chat now that I've been praying for one use of perhaps today on my way to try and I'll probably fail, and that's okay. And he says no, or doesn't even reply, because that's the way of Ilmater to the sufferer.
I would like you to roll a religion for me, please.
Critical failure.
I
was going to voluntarily
I'm not allowed to. Okay. As you are upon bended knee, as you are praying to Ilmater for help, guidance, and all that stuff, there is absolutely no response. You don't even get a prickling on the back of the neck like somebody's watching you. The survival tactic you've used for many years, you don't feel a connection with Ilmater. You don't feel like you're suffering in any way. To be fair, you probably don't even really feel quite penitent like you should be when you're praying to Ilmater. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. I'm not allowed to punish you for that one, so nothing bad happens.
Ilmater leaves you even more.
I'm already too far down.
He takes the iconography.
Ilmater dies, you pray to him so bad. Blood falls from the sky.
Yeah, but then I'd have to change the timeline of which gods died, so I can't have him die yet.
This boy is killing me. This boy is literally killing me.
You hear, like, Ilmater talking to his, like, tormentor, but he's like, this one prayed so hard he killed me. Oh, he's so funny.
I suffer.
I suffer so hard, you have no idea. That's not how Ilmater sounds, by the way. I don't know how he's going to sound. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely nothing happens.
I tried anyway.
Is there anything else you want to try doing?
I've already set up everything. Everything's prepared. Okay. Kind of searching around to see if there's any gear astray that might be useful with any other time I might have. Would that be perception or survival or?
Yeah, perception, I guess.
Sure. I'll do an 18 for that. See if there's any useful gear.
You're looking for something else to possibly help you.
Yeah.
Can I give you anything on an 18?
And if not, that's fine.
Yeah, I think simply just the area has been picked clean by all the climbing gear and the makeshift pythons you made it. Yeah, you guys couldn't be any more prepared except maybe you make some more rope, which may be useful if, like, Greff is swimming ahead and he may be running out of air and you could pull him back up so you can breathe life back into him maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then go back to praying again.
Okay, you go back to trying to pray and absolutely nothing happens. What are you two doing?
Greff's gonna go flash his sign at his badge at the curio shop owner.
Okay.
So.
Yes, you're part of the. Okay.
Yes, and we are. See, I want to say commandeering, but I'm pretty sure that means that we're taking it permanently, but that's not what's happening. Like, we'll return this later tonight. We just need it for this one really deep spelunking expedition.
I need you to roll a persuasion check.
How? This is just the straight up goddamn truth. No, I'm of course gonna roll like that, bitch. Nat 1.
I don't. I mean, you guys are the Kino Initiative Task Force.
I'm gonna step up next to Greff and, like, cross my arms and, like, do the tongue thing and intimidate.
Yeah, roll and intimidate. See if you guys
help out?
see if you can swing this. Yeah.
Okay, it's the same plus as my persuasion, but I just want to make a different roll because, you know,
that one sucks.
29.
Oh, okay then, Mr. Greff, Peacebleeder, sir. Yeah, of course. I'll get you both those things. I'll see if I can speak to the potion maker. I know where he's okay.
We don't need anything from the potion maker.
You're right, because
Greff just grabs the things out of his hands.
That's right, because you find everything here at Sarson's. Here you go. This sounds everything over.
Good job,
You have
Greff.
commented.
Hooray, Greff.
Greff is convinced he's the hero on this day, but it is not.
See me go? I beat it with words.
You did it. You used good words, Greff. Good job.
When you guys make your way back down, you find Arliss doing what?
Being snarky, but also praying. I've just been texting like pessimistic thoughts towards the entire time, like plus 20 XP.
This is a portion of double XP.
I'm gonna need that.
You can't afford that. Yeah, so you come down, you find Arliss praying. Are you over by where the rope is? Are you by the waterfall? Are you in the bar?
He's near the water, where the hole's going to be, near the waterfall.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that's where you guys find them. With you, you have the scarab, which is basically the same as the cap of water breathing. You have a cap of water breathing, which is a really nice looking bowler hat. And you have the cloak of the manta ray, which essentially does the same thing.
Quick question. How do you pray to Ilmater? Is it like on your knees, hands clasped together?
Yeah, one knee up, kind of like kneeling with one knee down, standing directly in front of the waterfall, so it could possibly be pushed in.
I'm so confused. Is this the yoga pose? Sounded like a yoga pose.
He's just kneeling like
He's just kneeling
leg?
on one knee.
One knee
He's
touching the
kneeling on one
ground,
knee.
one knee up. Yeah, like
No, Greff just kind of like walks up behind you and just plonks a hat on your head.
my prayers are answered.
Yes,
Perhaps.
indeed they were. You're welcome. My name is Greff.
I was praying for a hat. This is delightful. What does it do?
Say breathe while underwater and it will let you breathe.
In what language? Just breathe and come.
Common. The language of the people.
I tried to
Do
insight
it.
that. Yeah. I'm inciting this.
Yeah, sure.
What are you
with a
excited
10.
about this?
Yeah, he's talking about Kino, common language of the people.
Okay, cool.
What else would he mean? Crazy.
I have no idea. Okay.
Greff, I'm assuming Greff's just going to grab the cloak and you have the scarab. Or other way around, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I have the cloak.
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys climbing down?
Yes.
No diving in the water from extreme heights?
No, as cool as that would be, it would suck to break our hands on the way down.
Boo. All right.
We've had, we just had a character death. I don't think that we need to go jumping off cliffs.
Character death from a height? Yes, I understand.
Related incident.
You guys climb down the carefully constructed rope, hammered into the wall / crated. Are you taking any extra rope that you've created with you? Are you guys leaving any gear behind so you're a little easier going through the water? What is your plan here?
I'll leave
Have
my
a good
shield
setup.
behind because it's bulky.
Okay.
And my cape and a lot of my clothes. Ivoris leaves a lot of his clothes behind because it's nice, and I don't have people that clean that shit anymore. They've all left.
Oh yeah, your prestidigitation guy's gone.
Yeah, I don't want to get my clothes all wet.
Okay, so Ivoris leaves all of his fancy stuff behind. Are you still wearing your armor, or are you going to put it in a bag and put it on the other side? I don't know what armor you're wearing.
I'm gonna.
Or you're just going to swim in your armor. Fuck it. You can swim underwater and breathe. It's fine.
That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
I'll take all the cloth parts out and just wear the metal. So I'm wearing like what, like a metal fucking tank top or something. It's weird.
You'd still want to wear some sort of cloth underneath your
I got like
armor.
pajama cloth underneath, or if like rolled up a bed
Okay,
roll.
you
I've
remove
rolled up one of the
all-
cloths here from the beds that aren't going to be used anymore because everyone's leaving this place. Because
Of course. Okay, so you leave everything behind that you don't strictly need.
let's see, I don't have much, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like I'm assuming you're probably taking. Well, you have
My
to take
rapier.
your focus.
yes, my folk, yeah.
You have no choice about that one.
Yeah, I don't have
your
anything
eye
else.
patch, your armor, your
So-
weapons.
I'll leave my
Okay.
shield behind because it's bulky, and strip down to the bare metal in my armor and take my rapier, and that's it. And I don't think Ivoris has anything else to begin with, except his gold, which I'll hide.
Does saltwater affect wooden polished breastplates of ironwood?
I'm going to say you've probably had it like maybe a little bit of lacquer worked in there, a little bit of wax worked in there. It'll probably be a fine for like maybe a 10-minute. What?
Ooh. Does he float?
What?
Like a boat?
It's wood.
Because of the wood?
It's ironwood, though.
Is he going to have trouble swimming? Because wood floats?
I think it's funnier to say yes.
Okay, I'm gonna leave all my armor and just strip down to like a really short pair of shorts, like a comically short pair of shorts, because I'm attractive and I can pull it off. And I'm just.
You guys look at him and you're like, "Damn." There is a chiseled physique under there. Okay, comically short shorts. You're not taking your wood armor.
No, I'm gonna hide it.
He's got a Speedo on because he knew he was going to have to swim.
That's exactly right.
He bought a Speedo and came here
smuggler.
in it prepared.
Gross. Are you taking weapons?
He's all clean shaven. He's got a cap on with some little goggles.
Basically, you're wearing... Hang on a minute. We have a drow. Picture a drow with like very good looking drow wearing Speedos, beautifully cut, trimmed white hair with a bowler hat with a hawk feather in it and a little red rose. And he's carrying weapons?
Just the long sword at his hip that he never parts with. And I will leave the shield up, but and I'll take the holy symbol as well. But I don't know how that's going to hang for me. Never mind. I can't think where I would put that.
What's your holy symbol?
A filmeter, of course.
What is it?
What is it?
Oh, well, it would normally just be like a little set of hands, kind of like a keychain, but they've got like a wrap that keeps
you
them
can
together.
hang that on the other side of your Speedos.
Can I hang it from the sword just so it's less awkward and there's not like dangling things between my legs?
Damn it, Travis.
Hang it from the bottom of the Speedo, you fucking lunatic!
Yes,
You were going to cup your
fine.
balls with the hands of your god.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Invader, take the wheels! Shoves the hands down his pants.
Hands, it's your made to have class. Okay.
I'll tie it to the sword, and that'll just be it. And I'll leave everything else very well hidden somewhere nearby the top, so we don't have any incidents.
I deserve that. I took your armor away.
I'll also tie a rope to myself and to Greff.
Okay.
And I insist that if Greff gets stuck, we can pull, and we'll do like a chain.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to get stuck.
Greff.
Okay. Yes.
What are you taking with you and what are you leaving behind?
I'm taking all my shit with me. I'm leaving my backpack full of food and extra clothes and shit like that behind. But like, I'm taking my armor, I'm taking my weapons, and like, for good measure, I'm gonna be swimming with one dagger in hand, ready to stab jellyfishes.
And you're taking the lantern of revealing?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like he's getting undressed, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
Do you not
Salt is
expect
awful things to wood.
do you expect to meet some resistance down there? Like, surely there are some like guards, safeguards for your gods, whole thing.
Prayer is all I need, friend. I smile.
Famous last words.
Oh boy. Okay. So if you have taken your armor off, if you have left anything behind, please mark on your character sheets. And for those of you who are taking your armor off, you need to mark that you've taken your armor off / unequip it so that it works on your roll 20 properly.
Okay.
I have a fucking
Yeah,
bag
you're
of
taking
holding.
everything with you. You don't need to
I
worry,
have a
man.
bag of holding. I'm just shoving everything in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you could alternatively put everything in the bag of holding, have it on the other side.
Can I put his armor in my bag of holdings?
Do you tell him you have the bag of holding?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, there you go. Would you like to put your armor in his bag of holding?
I'll put all my stuff in there for now.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
Problem solved.
Greff.
Problem solved.
You can
Trust
put the shields in there
exercises. This
too.
is
Gross. All right, so you guys put all your extra shit in the bag of holding. I'm gonna find a way to break this bag of holding. Go fuck this. All right, you guys having spent no gold, boo. All managed to find ways of breathing underwater. You climb down the cliff. It takes a fair amount of time. It is a big cliff. And you guys dive beneath the waves, and you all probably yell breathe in different nuances, but y'all can breathe underwater one way or another. Either little bubbles appear around your head, or you can just breathe water. You guys dive down below the water level. You go down a fair distance, and you can see the opening that Arla saw before. It's a super good thing that you guys got this, because it's 35 rounds to get to air.
I could have made it.
Yeah, you could have made it. Fuck, you could have made it. As you swim upwards, following this twisty, often very narrow waterway, it's a very narrow canal way. As you make your way up through this passage and your heads burst through and break the water, and some of you switch, hopefully almost straight away, to not having your water breathing on. You see before you a little landing pad. The cavern is quite small here, but before you there are two large white doors that have been carved with a pair of hands, and has also been carved with the braids, the bindings. This is all just carved into the white. They're obviously doors. They're very big. They're well over 12 feet tall, maybe 15, something like that. They're pretty wide. You see before you lots of skeletons of various creatures, of various sentient races that have come up here. Either they've drowned and floated up, but a lot of them have old gear that has been destroyed by time or corroded by the salt of the water. This is what you see before you. It is dark and there are no lights, except revealing and the fact that you guys can see in the dark. Boo.
Can I look at the bodies?
There are loads of them. What are you looking for in particular?
Gross. Recent ones for marks of assembly or initiative, and goodies.
Oh. Do you know... goodies.
You know.
All right. I need you to make an investigation check. If anyone's looking for signs of... All right, if you're looking for goodies, I need investigation. If you're looking for how long these things have been dead, I'm going to need a survival check. And if anyone's looking for anything else, I'll give me a stat.
I want to know how they died. That's the most important question that I have.
Medicine or survival, I think.
I already did a good survival. It's 23.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, boy. And what did you get for your survival, Travis?
1.
1. Excellent. I like natural 1, so I still can't punish that. You can't really tell how they died. You can just see there is a lot of dead, various sentient creatures around. Greff, on your 23, the only one of any real use here in this room, you find that there are a lot of different sentient races from here in Kino. There are the drow, you can find a couple of gnomes, you find a couple of tabaxi skeletons, you even find one Goliath. As for gear, most of it has been rotted away. Most of it has been corroded down, except one very obviously magical piece. It is a very small pin that looks a bit like a miniature rapier. And you have to attune to it.
Yeah, Greff's gonna just pick it up, but just like turn it around, like,
Greff,
yes.
why are you picking up things? Remember the ring.
Yeah, but that still has not like come back to hunt us. It is still just looming over our shoulder like a devil.
Do we need more looming things, Greff? At the moment, have we had enough looming things to worry about?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay,
You can't stop me.
Keep it, whatever.
Puts it in his pouch or pocket or whatever.
you find that the most recent corpse is probably maybe more than a year. Like, there's really nothing to indicate that, you know, you can look around and see, oh yeah, this is like super old and this one's not super old. Like, there's nothing here that screams in the last few weeks, the last few days, sort of thing. Would you notice, would you get it on a 23?
Yeah, I got like a 23 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to give you. Like, the only thing I could give you would require a 25. So
I have mud in my eyes. Ah!
You're not used to being able to see underwater or breathe. Yeah, so that's what you guys find. It's just a big white door with a pair of hands carved into it along with the bindings. You don't learn anything else from the corpses. I would have needed a higher check.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
He failed to determine what killed these people. Can I
Correct.
also try, or can I get him to re-roll?
I'll say that you can aid each other, so whichever one of you wants to take it can roll a second check.
Let me do it.
You can do it.
Okay, sure, you can do it with help.
Looking
Then.
underwater, it's...
He's still trying to get like the salt out of his eye.
Yeah. Wait, did you want me to roll with advantage or?
Yeah. So
Well, I got a 13 and a 13, so 13?
no.
All right. Bunch of dead people, all the races of the world, and
Of Kino.
yeah, it's our world.
No
Okay,
Yantees.
sure.
Who cares about the other world?
I'll be mad if there's Yantees, V.
There's no Yantees.
Good.
No.
And we're underwater still?
No, you guys you've broken the surface, you're in air.
Okay.
You're in like a little landing area before, and the two doors are just ahead of you.
I put the back of my hand to one of the doors and just kind of like feel the texture of the door and try and see if there's anything that might indicate there might be a trap on the door.
From just touching it, you feel like a slight electrical charge, maybe. And as you run your fingers over the carvings of the bindings, your fingertips, like you pull them away, and they're very sore. Like you've like run your fingers over something that's too abrasive. Like you've run your fingers over sandpaper way too quickly. It just doesn't feel right. But that feeling specifically over where the bindings are. Otherwise, it's just very smooth, polished stone, apart from where it's been marked with the hands and the bindings.
Something strange about this door. Is it magical, perhaps, with the knowledge arcana?
You wouldn't need it. Yes, it is.
Ah, okay. There is something magical about this door. It hurts to touch the bindings, so please be careful. And, perhaps there's a riddle to this.
Well, the dead people, are they kind of strewn around randomly, or are they all like facing away from the door? Are they all on their backs? Do they all share any kind of similarity?
They don't share a lot of similarities. Some of them are just lying up against the wall. Some of them are propped up or like sitting up against the edge. A couple of them are, you would notice their wrists have been bound, but not with red cord. They're just bound with something. Unfortunately, your survival checks did get high enough to figure out what was going on there. Yeah, you figure that, maybe some of them died here of old age. Some of them may have drowned and floated up to the surface. Some of them were clearly dragged here against their will. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really give you much more. You guys have already done a lot of survival checks.
Here's a question. The cord itself, what does it look like? Is it I don't know. First thing that comes to mind for me is Portuguese man of war, because in my childhood, I touched one once stupidly, and it really hurt in an interesting way.
You talk about the bindings on the door or the bindings on the skeletal remains?
The door specifically.
They're just like if you put let's say you guys spend 10 minutes putting your armor and all your shit back on, it's the same iconography you have all over your shields and all over your armor.
Okay, and it's just etched into the door.
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing different about it is when you touch it, your fingers super hurt, or whatever part of your body you put against it is going to super hurt.
Has he put on his armor yet?
No, probably not. Not at this point.
Please have some decency. Put on your armor.
Oh, okay. I will take a few minutes then. Give me a moment.
Okay.
I do that.
Guys can have your shirts back too.
Greff's gonna investigate the surroundings and see if there's anything that he might be missing, anything that we haven't caught on to yet.
Okay, yeah, take an investigation check.
13?
Nope.
Yeah.
You kind of look around. The only thing you really realize that the ground is kind of a mixture between like gravel and sand. Yeah, I mean, you guys don't have a lot of like in here, and especially those of you dark vision, it's real like black and white, maybe hints of blues. But that's about it. For you, with your lantern of revealing, you can see that there are patches on the ground which may be slightly darker around where the corpses are.
Yeah.
Oh, if you walk up towards the door, you'd see that, yeah, patches of the ground may be slightly darker, but you can't really pick up anything concrete.
And the door, it's just a standard wooden iron door?
It's a big white door of some sort of stone.
While everyone's been doing this, I'm casting rituals.
Okay, what are you casting?
Detect magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. You look at Greff. Oh, I need you to roll the Arcana, please.
Right. Oh, nat 20, and V looks not happy.
I am okay with this. This is fine. This is okay. Now I just need to bring up the
She had
schools of
a
magic.
real quick, oh shit, look on her face.
As you look at the door, you notice it has a kind of purplish glow about exactly where the bindings are, and only where the bindings are. It's some sort of, I'm going to say enchantment. You got a natural 20, so I'll just tell you what it does. So you look at the doors, and you see the magics that are on there. They kind of glow a purplish color, which are maybe transmutation, maybe abjuration, maybe some sort of illusion. I don't know. As you look at it, you realize that you need to put something on it to open the door. This door will not open unless you put something into or onto those bindings. It's a kind of lock spell. Okay, yeah, so you've seen the normal kind of transmutation magic stuff that's going on with Greff, but you now know what that is. Do you see anything on our penitent sufferer? Yes? Maybe?
I have magic on me? Oh, yeah, the sword's magical.
You look at his sword and it has some sort of enchantment magic on it. This magic is chanted to do something very special. Nothing on your armor, nothing on your shield, I don't think.
No, I've got mundane stuff through and through, just the sword.
Yeah.
Is the weird wood armor not magic?
It's polished. I mean, it looks immaculate, but it's not.
It looks fucking great, but it's not magic.
All this is very cheap.
I may make it look enchanting, but
Wow, is that armor enchanting? Because, damn.
All this is
Did
like,
the wood put a spell on you because you are glowing with enchantment? You're welcome. Okay,
I uncast the spell forever.
Okay, so yeah, this is what you see. You see there's some sort of enchantment on his sword, and you can also see that you need to put something on the bindings that are on the door for it to open. And it's abjuration magic because it's a lock.
Okay.
Ivoris, you look like you've been doing some sort of magical ritual thing there, staring at the door and
as it ticks off, you can see that his eyes are basically looking from side to side, and they kind of glow different colors at different times.
You okay there?
Yeah, the door is not magical. The bindings around the door are the only thing magical. We need to put something on them. This is your god. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds like it checks out. I use a knowledge religion real quick. I have an idea. I just want to make sure it's not a stupid one.
Okay.
I'm I'm thinking with a 12 in religion that perhaps using the bindings from my own holy symbol to fit the space might work.
On a 12, you know that he's the god of endurance and he is the god of pain and suffering.
Might have to be filled with blood or pain. This is my area of expertise, and I am the penitent sufferer. This is probably...
So it's a Yonti god.
Yanti?
He's being sarcastic. He knows it's not.
I'll insight that. That's interesting.
He's
What about
making
the
a poor joke at his own expense.
Didn't you already know that he's something? Oh, jeez.
natural 20?
What did you get?
With a natural 20.
Yes, you would figure that he's definitely some sort of UNT. You kind of had hints of that before. You know for sure now.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Did we talk about it?
I think we vaguely brought it up. Yeah.
He's just making a joke at his own expense because, I mean, with a nat 20 insight, he's referencing that Yanti gods are terrible, suffering and death. And
Fair enough. I will take my gloves off and we'll see what happens. For Ilmater, I put the hand on the mark of suffering to see if I can.
You put the icon on there?
I put the icon
and
with my bare hand.
And your bare hand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Let's see. That's going to be funny. 12. That's the best I can do.
Wow, that's unfortunately not enough.
I don't have aura yet, do I? I sure don't.
You don't have what, sorry, an aura?
The aura.
I don't think so. Where the hell is the other dice? Ah, there we go. As you put your hands fully onto it, you notice your icon does absolutely nothing. But as you, as you place your hands onto your bare hand onto the bindings, your hands suddenly just won't move away. And as you try and pull, you guys can see that this white stone is slowly turning red as it leeches 16 health from your former maybe paladin or maybe Ilmater. Yeah, you lose 16 health. As the blood fills up the bindings and turns them bright red, making the actual image of Ilmater's symbol. You hear a whirring and a click, and the doors begin to open inwards. Ta-da! You solved my door puzzle.
You're so smart.
I was happy to assist and aid in this task of suffering. I put my glove back on.
Your hand is essentially raw. It's bright red from everywhere that it was touching the binding. So maybe your fingertips are saved. Maybe the bottom of your palm is saved. But the etching of this binding is very, very visibly bright red on your hand. It's oozing a bit. It's super gross.
You wouldn't happen to be able to lay on hands, would you, before it scars?
What are you? Are you not? You can't heal?
I told you. Ilmater doesn't speak to me anymore.
How'd you do this? How'd you piss off your own god?
Don't laugh at him.
I don't understand. Okay.
It was an honest mistake, I think. He didn't tell me details.
I'm just so confused. Neil is confused about this. Okay. I'll lay on hands when he says something about it. Ivoris doesn't know if people can heal or cannot.
How much lay on hands do you give him?
15.
Okay.
Thank you.
15 health is given. Again, it's not like you are channeling Savras because he's gone, but you kind of do get a warm sensation from it. For Arliss, it's your wounds, bright flash of white, and they are healed over, leaving no scars on your perfectly unscarred body.
Can I tell who is giving me powers? Can I feel it out? Is there something happening that?
Sure. Roll a religion for me.
I always have to make sure I don't have advantage because I accidentally do that like every time. All right. 22 Damn.
Yeah, you can feel like some of the other gods are stepping up. So people like Ogma will be stepping up and trying to give you some sort of aid. People like Tyr would be stepping up to give you some sort of aid. And strangely enough, in this area, even Ilmater is stepping up to give you some help. Every time you do this, you feel a slightly different combination of gods trying to help you out in your tasks. So you could probably tell which ones are still alive by casting spells and all this divine stuff. So there you go. Okay.
Cool.
What you see before you is a large circular room. It's about 50-foot diameter. No, let's say it's a 50-foot radius. Yes, because that's what I wrote down. It's a 50-foot radius circle room. There is a door opposite you, and it's just your normal, average-looking wooden door, except that there's no handle.
Oh, Mater hates doors, V.
No, V hates doors, V.
Wait, what? Stop it. I'm trying to explain. On this ground, you can see that there is a circle in gold, maybe a foot wide circle. In this circle, there is drawn a cross. It's very familiar to two of you because it's the same symbol that was carved on the alchemist stone. In each of the quadrants that this circle with the cross in it makes, in each of the quadrants, there is a very tiny little rocking chair. And as you look up, you can see there is a semicircular depression exactly over the intersection in the center of this circle. It's about the size of a hand, you think, maybe. The curious thing, as you guys, I'm hoping, walk in, all of you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. As you walk in and the door slowly closes behind you, as it closes, you realize it makes the room circular. It doesn't make a cross at the back, flat at the back. It's a very circle type room. There are a couple of torches on the walls, but there are a series of tiny little, let's say like cupboard-sized doors. They're not exactly like doors, but maybe you'd put linen in this one, or maybe you'd put fine china in that one. They're all around the room, and they're all different colours. They all have tiny little handles. What do you guys want to do?
Ask how long detect magic runs. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. You see a variety of magics. You see divine magics. You see radiance. You see necrotic. You see enchantment. You see all these wonderfully horrible magic-y things. There you go.
A lot of magic in here. Careful.
How small are these rocking chairs? Because I'm picturing like really, really small.
Let's say they'd be too small for even a halfling.
Okay.
More like a... You know how you see those creepy little tiny rocking chairs and people have put like creepy looking like puppets and stuff on them? Yeah, it's pretty small.
They made Ron's little dragon a rocking chair. That's so cute.
Ron's dragon is hiding in Greff's groove and he doesn't want to see this.
He needs a rocking chair.
I'll start looking through cupboards, I guess. That's interesting. Or
okay.
Follow Greff.
Yeah, so the room's circular. There's a cross on the ground, and in each of the quadrants, there's a small rocking chair.
Correct.
On the ceiling, there was what? I couldn't picture that correctly.
It's so if you imagine like imagine a sphere,
Yeah.
and cut it in half.
Okay.
All right, and then put that that kind of shape into the ceiling and remove that section from the ceiling. So like a bowl in the ceiling.
Yeah, just concave.
Yes,
Like
concave. Thank you. That's the word.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be like that inside the ceiling.
Yeah.
The ceiling is, let's say, 12 feet up.
All right. Greff's just gonna walk over and like pick up one of the rocking chairs.
Which, let's say the one nearest to you.
Mm-hmm.
As you pick this up, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Boo. Come on, 10.
As you pick it up, there is a blinding flash of white light. And as you pick it up, your hands begin to... No, let's do the other thing. As you pick it up, a bolt of lightning hits your hand for 10 radiant damage. Are you going to continue holding on to this?
No, I dropped the fucking chair when
Okay,
it like
great.
fucking shocks me.
Then you don't take another round of damage.
Fuck! Ah!
As it bounces inside and it lands on its side and it's like, not perfectly within its quadrant, you see it flip upright and begin to rock and waddle its way back to its position and stay stationary.
Ivoris is giving you a look like, are you done touching things? And then as soon as the chair starts like going back, I think everyone just like their heads just like follow it as it crawls back.
I'm hissing curses because I hate light. And there's just the bright flash of, like, I got my swimming goggles back on. Like,
Swimming goggles. How did he get mud in his eye?
sorry, I forgot we weren't doing the swimming goggles. That was an aesthetic joke.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? Oh, you were looking into the cupboards?
Yeah.
Okay. The first cupboard you come to, you open it, and it's as you open it, you see inside that it's just a small, tiny, square white space, and there's a very tiny, let's call it what it is, a very tiny little doll and it's completely expressionless. There is no eyes drawn onto it. There's no carvings for a nose. It's just that poppet-looking thing, and it has a pair of wings that have been sewn onto it in gold.
Okay, so there's a white doll and there's a white chair.
White doll.
And I assume there are other colors as well in other cupboards.
So the cupboards and the doors are the ones that have the colours. The quadrants on the ground don't have any colours, and nor do the rocking chairs. But yes, white doll, white door, white room.
And that's the only cupboard, correct?
Nope, there are a bunch of them. There are 5 in total.
I'll narrate and I'll go through each cupboard as I open it and see if I see other dolls perhaps in the other cupboards.
Okay.
I'll narrate in a very entertaining voice, like inside cupboard number 2.
Okay, inside cupboard number 2, which is a little distance around and it's a little bit further down, you come across a black door. This black door, behind it, has a very small black room. There is a tiny, again, just a completely poppet-shaped thing, except this poppet is made of black material. Has nothing sewn onto it, nothing sewn into it. And on the back of the room, written in red paint that looks like it's maybe dripped a little. It may not be red paint, I may be lying if it's paint. You see the words, "I miss my friend."
Okay. Got it.
As you make your way around to the next door, it is red. There is a tiny little red door and a tiny little red room. Tiny little red square room. And it's a little high up. You have to go up on little tippy toes to open it. And as you do, you see inside that there is a red doll. And it has little horns. And it has a tail, which is like the pitchforky thing going on. Nothing written in this room. You come across a... which rooms did I do?
White.
I've done the white room.
Black featureless.
The red room.
Red doll, horn, and tail.
I did the black room with the completely expressionless looking thing with nothing sewn into it at all. You come across a blue door. In this blue little tiny room, you see that there is another completely featureless black doll. Sorry, you see a black doll, but it has sewn onto it all the bones and all the skeletal features that you would associate. And on the back, with the kind of on the back, you can see that there is, with the black paint, Nope, doesn't matter. At the back of the room, it just says, I miss my friend. That's on the back of the blue door. Yep. Back of the blue room, blue door. Yeah, blue room, blue door. And then there is like the gold room, which has a small golden globe in it. Has a bunch of various lights floating around, and it's covered in a crisscross pattern.
So we have a white room with a white doll, a black room with a featureless poppet saying, I miss my friend, a red doll with horns and a tail, a blue doll with a bone features saying, I miss my friend, and a gold room with a small gold globe and some strange
Correct.
floating lights.
Yes.
We need to find out which dolls go with which dolls. They need their friends.
Well, there's only 4 of them.
Two
And
of them
are
miss their friends. And 2 of them probably hate each other. So we don't want to put the dolls
Have them
together that aren't
opposite
going to
each
get
other?
along.
Just put the dolls that are friends opposite each other and the other ones opposite each other.
This is so
Right?
cute.
I'll let you try that, Greff.
Are we just playing dolls? If this isn't the answer to the puzzle and we're just playing with dolls, B,
I have managed to waste your time as like this item begins to like dissolve in acid.
I'm still okay
we're
with
totally.
it. I'm still okay with it.
Okay, so my brilliant plan. No, my time-wasting plan. Ruined.
No.
So what is your plan? What is it you're going to actually try?
I thought, Greff, you were just going to grab 2 and put them opposite each other.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah, Greff's gonna grab.
Yeah.
Greff's gonna grab the 2 ones that say "I miss my friend,"
Yes.
and he's gonna. Do the chairs have any distinguishing features to them?
None at all. The only thing that you've distinguished about it, if you pick the one up as you came in, it hit you with some sort of radiant energy.
Okay, I'm gonna put the.
The white one.
Did we have a white one?
We do.
You have a little angel-looking one, yeah, with wings.
Yeah, I'm gonna plonk that one in the radiant.
Uh-huh.
And the white one, did that one have any sayings with it?
That was the white one.
I'm saying that one had the "I miss my friend."
Nope.
No. Then I'm gonna grab the other one that doesn't have a "I miss my friend."
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna plonk it in the chair opposite him.
Are you doing this at the same time? Are you doing this separately? Are you standing in the quadrants? Are you
Those-
chucking the dolls at each other? What's going on?
Both of those
I'm doing
dolls
this-
didn't need their friends, though.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm picking up the white doll and I'm putting it in the chair. Period.
Okay.
Should we pick
Okay.
up the... Should we see... Is my detect
I just
magic
wanna-
still
no,
going? Can I
V,
see the
just
magic
what
on
happens?
the
Do I just
chairs?
put-
Okay, you put the white doll with the angel wings in the chair that you picked up and hit you with radiant light.
Yes.
Okay, cool. The ground beneath it glows white.
Great.
Ta-da!
You put the demony looking doll opposite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you pop that down and that glows the same demony weird color that went with that one.
See, Neil, just if you just don't talk and just wait for her to answer.
All right, wait
just
for
move
it.
on with our lives.
Wait for it.
There's
So
a tea
what do you do?
ritual
What do you do
here.
now? What do you do now?
Wait for it. She's about to tell us that the floor blows up and we die because of what you've done.
We've got 2 dolls left. Chairs have no distinguishing features. Are the little closet, little cupboard doors, like, are they one per each quadrant, or are they just random?
No, they're completely randomly all over the place. Different heights, different sizes, different placements.
The orb. What is significant about that? How does that fit in?
Chuck it in the ceiling.
I'm not sure about chucking it to the ceiling, but I have a plan. I think it might work. I grab both of the dolls that are missing their friends. I hold the one in
Yeah.
each hand, and I make them hug.
Oh, you can have inspiration. But that doesn't solve the puzzle. We all know that hugs equal life here, but you get nothing for it other than inspiration. But yeah, nothing happens.
It's actually a good idea.
Alright.
Greff's gonna go for the golden closet. You said there was a golden spheroid in it?
Yes, there's a golden sphere with lights inside. It seems to have crisscross patterns all over it.
All right. Who am I gonna lift up? And we're gonna put it in the concave little divot in the ceiling. Not everybody at once.
He wants to be picked up by Greff.
That's fine, I guess.
Arliss looks like he's gesturing with his hands that maybe he wanted it.
No. You've got this. You've got this. I've got.
I thought you
Dal in each
didn't
hand.
want it.
I've got a doll in each hand. I'm too busy.
I thought you were gesturing that you didn't want it.
I didn't want it. No, that was
Oh, okay,
intentional.
cool.
Sorry.
Ivoris shoves the golden orb in your hands and then like walks you to the middle and he's gonna like lift you up.
I think Greff is going to put the golden orb into Ivoris's hands and then push Ivoris into the middle, and Greff will lift him up to the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, you definitely said Ivoris did all of that to himself.
Do I do that to myself?
Okay. So, no, you don't. But you do get lifted in the air by a very strong Greff. I'm not going to make him roll a strength check, even though I think it would be funny. You lift him up into the air, and yeah, you can, as you place this golden orb anywhere near, like, the depression in the ceiling, it does and kind of, like, suction straight up there. And as it does, and you guys, from your elevated height, and you look down, you can see there's a crisscross, almost net-like pattern on the circle on the ground. What do you guys want to do now?
What is that?
Does the net on the floor have colors to them?
Nope.
It's a net
It looks like a net.
on the.
It's not really a net, right? It's just like light.
It looks like a net, yeah. It's not like a net appeared. No, it just
Okay.
it creates the illusion of a net being on all of the dolls and all the quadrants, except the two ones that haven't been placed in their rocking chairs yet.
I will. I guess I'll try it.
Nope.
Uh oh.
And Greff picks up one of the dolls and gives it to Ivoris. And it's just like, I got shocked by the chair. He got hurt by the door. It's your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so are you putting
Thank you,
both the
Greff.
dolls in the little chairs?
I guess I switched the dolls out. Is that what you want me to do? Okay.
No, the
What are you
empty
doing?
chairs.
As Ivoris puts the last doll into place, I need him to take 2 steps back. As the chairs slowly begin to rock in unison, and then they all turn and they face the door, the only other door in here. And you see all of them stand up and begin to walk their way out of the circle towards the door. You see them help each other basically stack up one on top of the other. So all 4 of them are standing one on top of the other in front of this door. And you see the very top one put its hand against the door. And with a very small flash of light, they disappear and a handle is put in place.
But you killed them?
No, you
No,
reunited
that handle
them.
did.
What?
You reunited them.
But they died.
They're not dead. What are you talking?
They disappeared.
I can't.
Why
I
was it
can't-
sad?
They're dolls. They're part of a magic. How?
They're with their doll friends.
You didn't kill like 3 kobolds when you summoned them. They just ran around being weird.
No, I didn't
How do you
kill them.
not get how magic works? Was that why you were crying that one night? You thought you killed a bunch of kobolds?
What? What was I crying? No.
Please say someone opens
Was
the door.
not.
They're in doll heaven. It's a thing.
It hurts so much. As you get to the door, I need you to push the handle down. Nothing happens. You hear a click and the door opens. Ahead of you, there is a long corridor. It's perhaps maybe 200 feet long, something like that. And there is nothing but darkness along it. You can see that there are tiles which are wide enough on the ground. You can maybe go 2 abreast at the most, but the tiles are large enough that they expand the length and the width of this particular corridor. Yeah, that's all I'm going to give you guys.
All right. Let us move on. Greff, you and me will take the front. Ivoris, you take the watch our backs.
Should have brought my shield.
You have your shield.
It's in the thing of holding.
Oh, do I? Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes. You have your shield.
I'll pull my shield out, actually, just as a precautionary measure, and I'll start walking.
Oh
in
yeah,
fear with Greff.
that's gonna make a difference to what's coming.
I hope it does. It gives me 2 more AC.
As you make your way along this corridor, Are you guys looking out for anything? Are you checking anything? Are you doing a tap dance or a prayer to your various deities? Are you wishing you were back home in Mama Greff's farm? What's going on here?
Ideally, he died.
I'm looking forward and whispering to Greff. So he didn't get hurt. Does that mean he goes again?
I would think so.
And I'm looking straight forward.
Who's walking in front? Are you making me walk in front?
No, you're walking behind them, apparently.
Okay, so he'll do the next thing.
We'll see what the next thing is. If it has something to do with snakes, we can always make him go first. But
as you guys are approximately halfway along this corridor now,
you
hear a click. And I need the two of you in the lead to make a Constitution saving throw.
what is with these Constitution saving throws?
I know they're the ones that you're weak to.
9.
And also, it's the god of suffering. Of course, it's con. Like, come on.
I got a 7.
Oh, so they were both. Oh, that's a natural one. I love that. That's super good. That makes me happy.
Yeah, my con isn't bad. I just been rolling like balls.
That's a natural one. You still got a 7?
Yeah.
Oh no, means your con is good. Oh
Yeah.
no,
It's good.
that's
I'm a fighter. One. I should have a good con.
Either way, a
He's
7
a
and a 9.
Goliath, V.
Wait.
With a 7 and a 9. As you both step onto the next tile about halfway along, about 100 feet along, you hear a click and the tile you're on descends a foot. And as that happens, a fine mist shoots out from the walls, from the ceiling, and kind of envelops across your feet. And you both take 10 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
And your maximum HP also drops by that amount. Ooh. What do you want to do now?
As you are talking about making Ivoris do things first, walking in front of him and get
Ivoris
hurt.
can just stop. Like he can
He
stop.
just like is blinking at you.
Well,
you all right?
Greff's gonna try to like jump back when he sees the mist come out of the walls.
Okay.
Atlas will jump forward.
Okay, as you both jump forward and jump back, Ivoris, you can see that they both look really sickly. Like their eyes suddenly become very gaunt as this mist overtakes them. The tile that you were on pops back up. There is one other very key... Actually, I'm only going to allow Ivoris to see this because you two are kind of like blinded by the mist for a moment. You notice that at the end of this 200-foot corridor and behind you, that the doors opened when the tile was depressed. And as soon as they jumped off and this tile popped back up, those doors closed.
All right. You guys
Avoid
all
that
right?
step. Avoid that step.
Yeah. Well, that opened the doors behind us and in front of us. So we might need to... How much pressure do you think that would take? You guys stepped on it.
A Goliath and a drow
Did it trigger like as soon as you touched it? Could you feel it? Or did it take all of your weight?
I don't know.
What would you say?
As you guys kind of like stepped on it and both your weights went upon it, it's when it kind of dropped.
It took some considered weight.
All right, well, it looks like one of us will have to stand here and keep the door open. Okay, I don't have much to help out, but here, you've got 1 minute. I'll hold the button down.
What do you mean?
Someone has to hold the button down.
Surely we can just weigh it down with something.
Well, why don't you continue down the hallway and check the door then? I'll stay here.
Is the mist gone now?
Yeah.
All right.
It was there for approximately 1 round.
Greff's gonna like poke at the floor with his longsword from a bit of a distance away. Like, can I make the thing fall again without like putting my full body weight on it?
Nah.
All right. And then Greff's gonna do a little jump over what he assumes is the pressure plate.
Sure. Can you take an acrobatics for me, please? Or an athletics if you're making a run.
Yeah, there we go. 19, of course.
Yeah, fine.
And he's gonna be on side with Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Alice, and yeah, okay. So you say you can give us a minute?
Well, I can give us assistance for a minute. Help on a roll if you need it. Bless is all I can give you. Ivoris casts Bless.
Okay.
So for 1 minute, each of us has a d4 that we can add to an attack roll or saving throw. Hopefully, the con saves. That's all that I can give.
Is it a
anyone
single
standing on
use,
the
or does it just last for a minute?
It just lasts
You can
for
use
a
it
minute.
again. Every
That's
time.
fine. Yeah, that's super good. Cool.
Wait, do you want me to stand on the thing again?
No, that looked like you've already taken some of that.
Yeah, but I'm assuming I am the
I think I have detect magic still, right? So,
Uh,
did we spend 10 minutes in the puppet room?
There was a lot of puppet holding.
There was a lot of puppet going
I
on.
don't know.
There was a lot of arguing going on. I'm going to say at this point as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still assuming it's bad.
Yeah, you're right. It's bad.
Well, I'm not. I don't have to. Maybe I don't have to hold the button, but someone has to stay back and press it to let you in and out.
Don't touch it yet. Like, Greff's gonna move forward, and this time he's being like kind of cautious of the floor tiles, and he's gonna get all the way to the end of the hallway.
Is he? Yes, he is.
I'll also
you
join.
make your way towards the being really cautious. Sorry, it amuses me more than you. I'm sorry. You make your way towards the end of the corridor, and before you just see a stone slab.
Greff's gonna push on it.
Cool. Nothing happens.
All right.
1 minute.
Does he even weigh enough to hold it down?
Surely. UNT Tabaxi people are heavy. You'd be surprised.
Are we? How much do I
You're
weigh?
tall, at least.
I'm a medium creature.
All right.
Yeah, we're tall, but we're slender. I should look.
Okay, Greff just calls out like, okay, step on it.
I do.
Punch it. You're stepping on it.
Yes.
Okay. Can you make a con save for me?
My con roll was an 18.
Okay. You stand on this and you get covered in the mist. The doors at either end pop open. Are you two just going to run through the door?
Greff actually plans to like go in and see if he can like pin up the door somehow.
I'll try to do the same.
Are you just doing this with your bodies?
I'm seeing what I can do. Like when I get into the room, is there anything on the other side that looks like a lever, some kind of a contraption to hold the door?
Okay, if you're doing all these fancy looks, he's going to have to roll another con save.
I'm sorry, it doesn't take me more than 6 seconds to do a quick ocular pat down of the wall.
It is if you're about to go grab something. Let me just see what's in here.
Putting a crowbar into the doorway to try and jam it.
Okay, that's a dope. We have a crowbar. Oh, of
do.
course you'd have a crowbar. You look into the other room, and this is what you see. You see a circle-shaped door, you see a square-shaped door, and you see a triangle-shaped door. And above it, you see above these three doors, like in a kind of like a big rectangle above it all, you see the numbers 31415.
I've never been to the crowbar. It always seemed like an Aarakocra establishment.
You may have inspiration. Your impending death. You have inspiration. Okay, so Ollis has put his crowbar in. Correct.
Hey,
That's
that
what you
looks
see
so
when you look in the other room.
disappointed.
He looks more disappointed I gave you inspiration, and that look is worth everything to me. Greff, what are you going to do?
Greff is gonna grab Orkin carved and like jam it like in between or under the door. It's a magical sword. It borderline can't be broken.
That is true. So are you just going to put it in the door on the ground? Or
Like he's gonna put his body weight like to hold the door open, and he's gonna stab the like sword like in the
like point down into the stone?
where the door meets the floor.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna
And
just.
I'm not vetching it underneath so it'll get stuck forever and ever and ever. And
Damn it!
no, I'm doing it like I'm using my strength to prop it up. Blah blah blah.
Okay. In that case, I'll give you both a chance. Orlis, I'll allow you to make a strength check, and Greff, you can make yours with advantage because you're using your sword. Your
10.
magic unbreakable sword. A 10. Your crowbar is essentially like eaten up by the mechanisms. As I guess Ivoris is getting off, or is he staying on?
Are you in the room now?
No, they're in the doorway. They're trying to hold it open for you.
From the inside. I'm
All
from
right.
the other
From
side.
the inside, yeah.
Yeah.
You're in. Okay, you're in the other room. Yeah.
I'm gonna step off and let it close, but hopefully they stay on the other side. So
And
that I can
hopefully they
just
keep the door
it
open.
for them.
So, what did Greff end up with?
22 in strength roll.
Well,
Hopefully that
you
saves my
should probably
crowbar, but it
add
probably
your-
doesn't.
could you add your bless to that?
Oh Jesus Christ! That's
I
a 2,
mean-
so 24.
It's not technically a saving throw
It's also
or an
let's go.
attack roll.
Well, can it be a saving throw since I stepped off the button and all of a sudden it has to be? It
All
is
right, I'll allow
closing.
it. In that case, as close as damage to swearing,
Hey,
I will
she
allow
said
you to
it.
have it. I hate you so much. I feel so self-conscious saying that now. I hate you. Yeah, as close as damage to swearing, the check was 25. Yes, you managed to wedge this open, but Ivoris has to run, and as he's getting towards where you guys are, like your sword begins to tremble and your strength is giving out. Arliss kind of like helps you prop this up just a little bit longer, and as Ivoris goes under,
I ask the obvious question as soon as I get to the door. All right, when we get on the other side, how do we open it back up?
That's a Selena problem. Boom.
Okay. Well, fuck.
I like the idea, like, unlike Indiana Jones who leaves his hat behind, you guys are like grabbing Ivoris. He's like, how about this company? No!
How are we going to open this
He's the
back up?
equivalent of the Indiana's hat. Okay.
I like
Yeah,
that.
you three are in this room. Greff, you wouldn't be able to see anything if it wasn't for your little doohickey man.
So it's a square door, a triangle door, and what was the third one?
Square, circle, and a triangle.
Aha.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I have guesses as to what we could do with this room, but they could result in us all getting hurt more than we already are.
I'm pretty hurt already. Fucking gas took the wind out of me.
Are there handles on the doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wooden doors, no colours, no weirdness of that. They all have little handles, except one is a circle, one is a square, and one is a triangle. And the numbers above in like a little rectangular box.
Okay, well, I assume you don't know what this is.
This isn't spoken of in the texts of Ilmater, no. He doesn't have the small room of dolls.
All of
and
his trap. Yeah. His dolls were fun. I liked them. Okay.
and they're in doll heaven.
But yes, they went to doll heaven.
It's so much.
Stop talking about
Maybe they
doll
went to doll hell. You never know. Oh wait, you're supposed to make him feel better. Okay, yeah, doll heaven.
Squash
Sure.
is like hanging out in Cicero, and all of a sudden there's dolls. My friends, I missed
swear,
you.
if you guys go get Squash and standing next to him in the spell of 4 dolls stacked one on top of the other, almost as tall as him, you lose your fucking shit. Anyway, yeah, this is the room you find yourselves in.
Okay.
What are y'all gonna do?
I think the triangle door is the first one we should go through.
Okay.
Well, it's
And you base this on what?
So there are numbers. Numbers correlate to maybe the number of points in each. So a triangle could be a 3, a square could be a 4, a 1 could be a circle because it only has one continuous point. So
Sides, yeah.
if we sides, that's even better. Yes, I like that instead of points. So theoretically, we could do triangle, circle, square, circle, and then both a square and the circle at the same time. And it would be like a dance sort of thing. And I'm kind of good at dancing, and I haven't told many people about that, but I was really excited about doing something in sequence with you guys.
Okay. Quick question, V. Is 31413 or whatever the
31415.
is that the same order of numbers as the bookcases in the catacombs?
No.
Okay. Just wondering if
No,
you
I wouldn't. I'm not that smart.
How would that be smart? This thing has nothing to do with the catacombs. This is not even the temple to the same god.
No, it's not. No.
All right. Okay. I'm willing to run with this idea that you have. So yeah, let's first go through the triangle door.
Okay. You open the door. As you push down on the handle, you open it a small way, and you guys find yourself teleported back to where you were, except that the number 3 has lit up. You rinse and repeat your way through the triangle, the circle, the square, the circle, and then the 2 at the same time.
Hollis moonwalks on his way to each one, because he's just like, yeah!
As you do this, as you do the last one, as you open them both together, the 3 of you find yourselves in a big white room. You look around you and you can't see the edges of this room. It's that really stereotypical bright white light. There's just too much all around you. You see that standing before you is a young boy. He's wearing robes of white. He is a young drow. Arliss, it's like looking into a younger mirror of yourself. Around the wrists are a red cord. And they see the 3 of you standing there, and they bow deeply. What do you want to do?
I bow back.
Ivoris just watches.
Same here.
This is your god you're trying to save. Mine's done.
We're here to...
You got this.
We're here on
Go
behalf
get 'em.
of Ilmater. To save the god.
I can't just give these to anyone. Even if you are here to save the gods. I need to know that you embody Ilmater and everything he stands for. You wear the iconography, but that does not mean you are a true follower. You could follow many gods.
I follow the one, and it is Ilmater. His suffering has been an inspiration for my life, from childhood to present. Everything I do, while it's not necessarily in Ilmater's name, I see Ilmater as inspiration, and I truly do believe many of the things that I say. And though I'm not entirely honest with all, and I do pray sometimes for ways that are self-serving, so that others might outwardly think that I'm praying, I do truly, in my heart of hearts, believe Ilmater to be great and wish to serve in any capacity that I can, ideally.
Have you ever taken the suffering of others?
Yes, I have taken the suffering of others, but I've caused suffering upon others for the means of the greater good, which I know is part of the problem here, I suspect.
All 3 of you has caused suffering to others.
Don't judge him based on us.
I'm judging you all. You are all here seeking these bindings, and they lift their wrist. This one may be your spokesperson, but this is all of you. If he is not found worthy, I will ask you all these questions. And if none of you are worthy, then I will place you outside with the others.
Okay.
Ilmater's in
Don't
danger.
need to insight that.
Shit!
You don't need to...
What did your sexy butt get us into this time?
Stop it. Shh.
But in very seriousness, Ilmater is in danger, and we're here to save the god.
Of course. But I still cannot give this to anyone.
What do we need to prove to you?
Which one of you would be willing to suffer for your family?
Gladly, I do every day. So my sister may live free.
Your HP drops by 10. As you feel a slashing across your back, and you feel a deep pain low below your stomach, just sort of above your pelvis.
He grins.
Which one of you would be willing to take the pain of your friends?
Alice raises his hand again.
Your HP drops by 10. You drop to one knee. And you feel a sharp pain in your back. And you feel a sharp pain in all of your bones. And you drop to one knee. Ivoris, you feel a little bit less unhappy. Which one of you would take the suffering of a stranger?
Alice's arm is slowly rising. If no one stops him, it goes up.
You two are assholes, by the way.
I mean, yeah,
Your
Ivoris is... Yeah,
HP
Ivoris should have done the friends
drops
one, but...
by 10.
Can't do the strangers one.
Is this a permanent?
Yes. Do you trust me? It's dropped by 10. As you feel your nose as if it has been broken, as if you feel someone shoving hot pokers into your eyes, as if you feel the world's worst cough in the back of your throat and you can barely speak. By the way, guys, you're looking at him and he's just almost aging in front of you. His eyes are hollowed out and like turning bright red. You can see blood beginning to pour from his nose.
Okay,
yeah, he looks super
enough.
bad.
That's enough.
He's probably collapsed on the floor at this point.
But I can't do some of these. Maybe I should have done the friends one. I could have done that one, but...
Which one of you would be willing to take the suffering of an enemy?
Alice is on the ground, fingers twitching, trying to raise his hand.
Greff's gonna like walk up and like grab your hand and push it down. Like, I shall suffer for my enemies as they suffer for me.
You see them look at Aulus and his twitching fingers. As he was the first one to mention he was trying to do this.
Don't.
Aulus, I believe that maybe you're somewhere in single digits if I take 10 more hit points off of you.
That is exactly one maximum of 1 hit point.
Excellent. I wanted you in single digits. I hoped and prayed for single digits. I really did. As you guys see deep gashes and wounds appearing on his chest, on his arms, across his throat, you see blood begin to pool beneath him. You see the bindings fly off of the smaller version of him, wrap themselves around his wrists, snake their way into all of the wounds and heal them over. As Aulus, because you took every single one like a goddamn champ, all of your hit points are returned to you. You're back at maximum.
Even the necrotic?
Even the necrotic. As they look at you and they see these wounds being healed over as if being sewn back together by this thread, this red cord wraps itself around one of your wrists and you find yourself standing on your feet. You also find that the three of you are standing at the entrance to this temple. The boy is gone, the white room is gone. There is just the temple doors behind you, open, ajar, and showing nothing inside but darkness.
Princess, stop it. Quit.
What are you doing? Hello, everyone. Fuck, wrong accent. Hello, everyone. Ivoris here. I want to first of all thank our patrons who make these episodes possible. Thank you very much. Now, an issue that I've had lately is that we have far more listeners than we have reviews. Now, I don't want to have to force you to do this, but look into my eye. No, okay. Listen carefully. We need you to go and review the show. Let us know what all the nice things that you like about the show are, so that other people can find the show. Your positive reviews on our show mean that other people might give us the chance that we feel like we deserve. If you feel like we deserve a chance, then that is a good way for you to let other people know, hey, come join our community, come and be a part of this great story. So thank you all so much. Please go leave a review wherever you listen to the show. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I haven't done this accent in a while. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Rest / whatever it is you're doing. As long as you've slept at least some of it, I'm good to count this as a long rest. So is there anything either of you want to do?
Greff wants to actually catch Ivoris before. Travis, could you put your name again on your profile?
Sorry, no worries.
Fuck, what is it?
Ivoris.
Don't tell me. No, I didn't hear it. Hold on. Alice.
Alice, yeah. Yeah.
Because I remembered it because of that song. Alice.
It's not a song. You're just making.
What's that song? It's a Christmas song.
Sorry, I'm Jewish.
Podcast's over.
Silent Night.
Best.
That's a common song. Silent Night is a common song.
When do they go Alice in Silent Night?
Let me read the lyrics to Silent Night.
Oh my god.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Fuck.
Subliminal Christian messaging.
A good Christian blooper for you guys.
Travis is clutching his yarmulke.
We killed the DM. She's gone. There's video of her, but she's like at the bottom of the video, face down. She's done.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to set that back up again.
It's perfect.
I'm going to reserve this one. Okay. So is there anything either of you want to do on this long rest period that you have? As long as you sleep a bit, I'm okay.